Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Player NegativeAE, and welcome back to another episode of Steins Gate. Now, I know last episode was supposed to be the finale, but it came to my attention that that was just the first ending out of many endings, and that the story goes on much farther, which is really cool to know, because I didn't know what happened to Ferris, I didn't know what happened to anybody else. I just knew what was happening to me and Suzuha. So it's interesting to kind of go back and see. And when you go back in through time, it like gives you these little signals to tell you when you can like alter the story and stuff. So I think that's super interesting, just to kind of go back and get all the endings. So I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna send this D-mail, and we're gonna erase everything that Suzuha spent with us, or all the time that Suzuha spent with us, which kind of sucks. But, you know, it's for the better. The discharge begins immediately. I place my thumb on the send button. Are you sure? Mayuri's voice is choked with tears. Our memories with Suzu-san will disappear. Is that really okay? Memories flash through my head. Being with you guys, even if just for a little while, was great. I'm going to finish what you started. Dad, I promise. Well, see you in 35 years, though. Guess it'll only be a few hours for you guys. Change the future. Please. Suzuha, I've made my choice. I won't ask for your forgiveness. Ultimately, I'm doing this to save Mayuri. But at the same time, the words you spoke on the rooftop are still strong in my heart. You entrusted me your hope for the future. If I am to honor that wish and fulfill mine, then the time we spent together can never have happened. Jesus, I cannot speak. Alright guys, let's go. Let's continue this. So divergence is now 0.40%. Got it. So the next chapter. This is interesting. So I've been told not to send the D-mails whenever Okarin wants to send a D-mail. So I'm not going to do that. We're going to see what happens. The world shatters into geometric shapes that expand and contract like rubber toys. Light gathers between my eyes. Stars explode behind my eyelids. Gradually, color returns to the world. I wait for the vertigo to pass. Dots. Cold sweat oozes from my temples. Pressing my fists against them, I slowly force the air out of my lungs. Has the world line changed? Obviously. I head to the lounge to check the divergence meter. Do we even have one? Yeah, it's gone. I was gonna say, like she gave it to us during the thing. I checked the meter a few minutes ago, just before the world line changed. Now it's nowhere to be found. I quickly realized what's happened. Suzuha gave me the meter after we stopped her from leaving. My D-mail undid those events. Of course the meter isn't here. A surge of regret seizes my heart. I clench my teeth and endure it the best I can. If no one else remembers, then I alone will keep these memories of Suzuha alive. I look around the room. Mayuri and Kurusu are on the sofa, dozing on each other's shoulders. Oh, interesting. Daru, oblivious to the vulnerable high school girls behind him, is playing an orgy on his computer. I take a deep breath and turn on the TV. I flip to a news channel. The world line should have changed. I erase the time we spent with Suzuha. That should have allowed her to leap to 1975 without losing her memories, and the IBAN 5100 should be in our hands now. We can use it to hack and discern and erase the data they've intercepted from us. Without that information, Moeka's men won't attack the lab. Mayuri won't have to die. That's how it should be. That's how it has to. That's not how it is, though. Literally, you just knew from Suzuha Otherwise, why did I sacrifice Suzuha's dream? You literally she just told you to hop a dimension so that you could... The quickest way to confirm the change would be to check for any delays at Akibara Station. Darius, the Yaman... How far back did I... Oh, I didn't go back far at all. Jesus Christ. Huh? I don't think so. Check online. Wait, I'm at the best part. Please. Darius sighs and calls up train information. Doesn't look stopped. Thanks. The ward line has changed, which means that our IBN 5100 should be in the development room. Head back there to search for it. But contrary to my expectations, I can't find it anywhere. What's going on? I look at my watch. It's 7:43 p.m. Moeka's men attack it. What time again? My heart is pounding like a drum. The D-mail was supposed to fix everything. The trains are moving as scheduled, which means Moeka's men aren't about to attack. So why does it feel like nothing's fixed at all? I really should have a IBN 5100 though, now that I think about it. Right? Because, like, assuming that she's correct and that she goes back and she does get me the IBN 5100. Yeah, that is disturbing. I actually don't know. I don't have any theories about this. I want to sit down and think about where it could have gone, but a voice in my head is screaming that there's no time. I need to calm down. It's hard to think straight after everything that's happened. I check my watch again, 7:46. Images from the assault flash through my mind. Mayuri bleeding to death on the floor. The smell of gunpowder in the air. I frantically shake the visions out of my head. I look towards the lab entrance. The door is yet to be kicked in by a team of hitmen. I swallow hard, petrified with terror. Please don't let anything happen. If I'm correct, it's past 9. Wouldn't Mayuri die anyway? Because the world wants her dead, and we're not at a far enough divergence line in order to be on a different dimension. I peek at the street through the window. Nobody's there. Are you waiting for someone? You keep looking out the window. Dara's right. I probably looked out the window 20 times in the past hour. And not a suspicious figure in sight. Moeka's men still haven't arrived. The raid was before 8, if I remember correctly. I think it's safe to say that my changes to the past prevented it from occurring. Suzuha's sacrifice was not in vain. I let out a deep breath. I'm sweaty and disgusting. Looks like my anxiety has pushed all the sweat out of my body. Mayuri and Kurisu. The two girls woke up from their nap about a half hour ago. Now they're eating cup noodles. Wait, did you just say my name correctly? Oh yeah, we're still on that. I forgot about that. Kurisu looks at me in astonishment. She can't believe her ears. When you're done eating, go home. It's late, so I'll go with you. Okie dokie. I don't need an escort from you. I can get back by myself. Just listen. Daru, you too. Huh? Me too. The trains running through Akibara are operating normally. There's no bomb scare and no sign of Moeka or her men. It's very interesting. Kudus is taking the Sobu line next to the station, Ochinomizu, Okanamizu, while Daru is going the opposite way to Shinkoiwa. I wonder if these are real things. I wonder if these are real advertisements. Probably not. Just like everything else in this. Chaos Head Noah? I'm gonna look that up after this. Mayuri and I are taking the Yamanote line to Ikeburo, so we part at the station's ticket gate. There are surprisingly few passions on this train. I guess most of the salarymen are off to for the Oban holiday. Mayori is playing a handheld game, the Rainet Kakaru action RPG. On the screen, her character is battling a gigantic Upa. I stand beside her and gaze at her profile, lost in thought. It's the night of the 13th and Mayori's still alive. How many times have I watched her die? How many times have I tasted that despair? No matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't save this ditzy childhood friend of mine from death. She died again and again right before my eyes. But now she's alive, standing beside me playing a game. This is why I sacrificed her memories with Suzuha. It was the only way. I'm sorry, Suzuha. And thank you. Suzuha no longer exists in this time, but I hope my feelings will reach her all the same. Actually, come to think of it, why can't I tell her in person? Where in Akiba could 54-year-old Suzuha be? I'll try asking Tennoji tomorrow. He probably knows Suzuha on this world line too. I wonder if Suzuha remembers me. That would be cool to kind of see. Actually. Hey, Okarin. Mayori suddenly lifts her head. She looks at me hesitantly. Her cheeks are slightly pink. What? Come on, Okarin. Mayushi gets nervous when you stare at her like that. Did I make you get a game over? Yeah. Sorry about that. I apologize, but keep looking at her. Instead of starting a new game, Mary looks at me with concern. There's something different about you today, Okarin. Really? Yeah. What's wrong? I remind myself that Mayori is more perceptive than she seems. She's proven that when she figured out Daru was Suzuha's father. I don't want to worry her too much. I want Mayori to smile her usual ditzy smile without a care in the world. After all, it's over now. She's safe. Nothing's wrong, and I wasn't just looking at you just now. I was devising new ways to bring chaos to the world. Really? You seem kind of tired. Mad scientist is never tired. The mighty gray cells of my 170 IQ brain are always performing calculations day and night. Huh. Oh, but you should still take a break every now and then. Please, Okarin, for me. Having said that, Mary returns to her game. I feel cold stares all around me, but I don't care at all. Mayori is here with me doing everyday Mayori things. Ordinary things. Everything is going back to normal. That is weird. That is very weird. I thought that in order for things to change, he would need to go to a different dimension where the world didn't want Mayori to die. That's weird. Yesterday was my first time home in a while, so I slept like a log in my comfortable bed. It could be because of my mental exhaustion, but that was my best night's sleep in a while. Dots. Before heading up to the lab, I stop and stare at the Brongtooth workshop. The familiar mountain bike is gone. Suzuha liked it so much. She insisted on bringing it with her to 1975. Huh. The workshop door opens and out comes Mr. Braun, rubbing his eyes sleepily. Okabe, you've got free time. How about a job? As a special offer, I'll hire you for 1 CRT a month. 1 CRT a month? So, for 1 month's work, I get an old television? Hell no. Hey man, that's a good... Well, I don't know, it depends. It depends on what CRT you get. You could sell this for some money. When did Suzuha quit again? Suzuha? Who the hell's that? Am I just on the line where she doesn't exist? What? Her existence erased completely? Wait, that's impossible. That is very impossible. I ain't got time to remember the name of some lazy part-timer who quit after just 10 days. Okay. Damn you and your misleading words. So Suzuha did work here. That fact, the evidence of Suzuha's sojourn in 2010 still remains on this world line. And I thought I finally had some help for a change. That's what I hate about you damn kids. No dedication. Dots. I bet she lied about liking CRTs too. Got me good. Tenoji shrugs his shoulders, annoyed. Naturally, he doesn't know about Suzuha's true identity. Does the name Hashida Suzu ring a bell? At this, Tenoji's eyes go wide. Haven't heard that name in a long time. You knew her? What? Knew her? So now she's... It's been 10 years already, huh? Did she die again? 10 years since he's misleading again. He's being stupid. No. I don't want to know the answer. Tenoji has a faraway look in his eyes, as if he's gazing into the past. She's really helped me out. Why are you talking about her in the past tense? She didn't have any relatives, not that I knew of. I wish I could have been with her at the end. At the end. There's only one thing that can mean. Even though the world line changed, Suzuha didn't survive till the year 2010. To tell you the truth, she looked peaceful when I found her. Peaceful? She didn't commit suicide. Suicide? Who the hell told you that? Suzu-san was sick. Don't believe any old thing that you hear. She was sick. Sickness killed her? I shouldn't feel good about that. But I guess you can say it's better than what happened before the world line changed. That's what I tell myself anyway. So, how did you know Suzu-san? She helped me out too, a long time ago. I was hoping to see her again. Yeah. I'm living in her old house now. Want to come pay your respects at the altar? I nod without a moment's hesitation. Tenoji closes up shop and we head off towards his house. From Churodori, we head towards the station. I scan the Akiba scenery as we walk. Moe stores are still nowhere to be found on this world line. After a little hesitation, I look up at Radikan. It's gone. The satellite has vanished. And all that's left is the hole that it made when it arrived in this time. So hold on. There's just stuff that's conflicting in my head that is weird. Like, so remember when we got all those text messages and the text messages said, hey, look at the satellite, it's gone. Seriously, turn on the news, it's gone. What was that? Because that's her time machine, right? Did we know Suzuha at that time? Or was that just hinting to me that Suzuha is... Maybe it was doing that. I don't know. There's just conflicting thoughts in my mind at this moment in time. When did the satellite disappear? Huh? About 5 days ago? You never know what's gonna happen, huh? Which means Suzuha left before it rained. Like Tenoji said, his house was closer than expected. We take the train to the next station, Okamachi, and walk about 5 minutes to a quiet residential area. This old one-story house is where Suzuha once lived. I walk up to the front of the house, and there I see a familiar sight. Suzuha's bicycle. Aw. For a moment, I could see her there, squatting beside the bicycle. But the mountain bike Suzuha rode to the Brontube workshop was all shiny and new. Now it's old and covered in rust. Suzu-san loved that old thing. Even when she couldn't ride it anymore, she'd still polish it every week. It's been sitting here for 10 years, or sitting there for 10 years. Couldn't throw it away. I've maintained it the best I could, but I guess nothing lasts forever. I gently put my hand on the seat. It's warm from sitting out in the sun. I suppose that for the next few days Suzuha was in Akiba, this bicycle existed in 2 places at the same time. Wow. Interesting. This house isn't as messy as I expected, considering the state of the Brontube workshop. I guess that chipmunk keeps the place clean. A wave of nausea hits me as I recall what Nei did at Okonomizu Station. I tell myself that it was just an accident. Besides, that incident has already been undone. Tennoji Nei has done nothing wrong. Next to the living room is a child's room. There's a child's sturdy desk and a red backpack on the floor. Nei isn't here. Which reminds me, Tennoji's daughter visits the workshop often, but not once have I seen his wife. He couldn't have married Suzuha, could he? I mean, she could have been a lot older than him when they met. But, as they say, love knows no bounds. I wonder what really happened. I don't know how I'd feel if those two were married. That would make Daru Tennoji's father-in-law? Actually, that would be kind of interesting. I turn to the Buddhist altar and pay my respects to Suzuha. There's no picture of her, so there's no way to know what Hashida Suzu looked at the age of 40. I make an offering of incense to her, then look around the house again. This is the house where Suzuha lived in after leaping to 1975. When Suzu-san and I first met, we were neighbors. For some reason, Tennoji offers me a beer. When I decline, he shakes his head and starts drinking it himself. I was born and raised in Europe, you know. Really?
Huh?
Is that a joke? Got a problem? I'll have you know my English and French are perfect. This man knows 3 languages. It's insane. He really doesn't look like someone who lived abroad. I guess you can't judge a book by its cover. My parents died about 15 years ago. That's when I came back to Japan. Or should I say, I came to Japan for the first time. Suzu-san was living next door. She looked after me when I had nowhere else to turn. Alright, now's my chance. If I'm gonna ask, it's now or never. And you got married? Huh? Married? To Suzu-san? I feel like that's not you. You high? Phew. I knew she'd never marry a guy like him. A gun. He does have some guns. She was a pretty stoic lady. Didn't have much of a social life. But she treated me well. My house burned down 1 year after I moved here. It was my smoking that caused the fire, so I deserved it, but still. After I had lost everything, she let me come live here with her. That's not all. The Yoshimiya building where the workshop's at, that was originally Suzu-san's property. Eh? She sold it to me for cheap. It's thanks to her the Brontube workshop exists. You could say she saved my life. Once I asked her why she treated me so well, it wasn't like we were related or anything. But she just smiled and said, "We all depend on someone's kindness at some point in our lives. When the time comes, you pass the gift along." She was kind of mysterious. She seemed to know exactly how things were going to happen, like a prophet. Downs. Suzuha. That was probably her way of repaying Tennoji for looking after her, even if it was just for 10 days. And so it came full circle. It's a small world, huh? I never thought I'd meet someone else who knew her. Oh right, wait here a sec. Please. Oh, wouldn't that be great? If he has an IBN, oh my gosh. Tennoji goes into the child's room next door, then returns and places an object on the table. Yes. Oh, it's this thing. Oh yeah, no, we need this thing. It's Suzuha's divergence meter. Before the world line changed, it was in the lab. But on this world line, Suzuha brought the meter with her to 1975. Been in this house for 35 years. The tubes read .409431. Divergence has changed, just like Suzuha said. This proves that my magic eye reading Steiner does indeed allow me to perceive changes to the world line. But what does .409431 mean? I recall what Suzuha said. When the meter reads over 1%, you've made it into the beta world line. Yeah. Does that mean I'm still on the alpha world line? Do you know what that number means? Because I sure don't. All I know is it hasn't changed one bit for these 10 years. But you know, when Suzu-san was on her deathbed, she used to stare at the meter for hours. She used to stare at that meter, talking to herself. Is this the old number? The new number? Did it work? Did it change? Stuff like that, day in, day out, and it hurt to watch. Damn. I touched the device. Suzuha. In my heart, I reach out to the girl who died 10 years ago. To the girl who would be born 7 years from now. To the girl who crossed time to save the future. Yo, she was so great, dude. I'm so glad that me and her went back in time together on that one world line. Thanks to you, Mayuri is safe. Divergence has changed. But we haven't yet reached our ultimate goal. 1% divergence. Once that is achieved, the future you dreamed of will become a reality. I will carry on your fight, Suzuha. I promise. Can I borrow this thing? This time divergence thing? I mean, I can see it whenever I leap, right? Or whenever I send an email. Tennoji stares at me for a moment, and then puts his giant hand on my shoulder. That was a cute moment that we had. Kind of bonding with Tennoji and stuff. Okarin. Mayuri comes out of Ticket Gate and walks up to me in an unhurried stride. Or with an unhurried stride. Titadoo. I didn't think that you'd come all the way up to the station to pick me up. Maybe she's surprised. I wouldn't want my hostage to get away. Yeah, me neither. So maybe she's really happy. I don't quite understand, but whatever. Mayuri flashes for a carefree smile, then walks ahead of me, almost skipping. It's weird that she's alive and we're on the Alpha World line still. Doesn't make any sense to me. Or the Alpha dimension. Mr. Braun gave it to me. It's a device that can measure the divergence of world lines. Wow, that sounds amazing. What's a world line? I smile wryly. Mayuri, you really are a dummy. What am I doing? After I left Tenoji's house, I called Mayuri to ask when she would arrive in Akiba. Then I went to the station to pick her up. Anxiety still smolders in my heart. We managed to survive yesterday, but that doesn't guarantee our safety forever. It's entirely possible for Moeka to attack now, on the afternoon of the 14th. Maybe I'm being overprotective, but I still can't shake the image of Mayuri's death from my mind. I don't ever want to have to go through that again. Just a thought, Mayuri, but don't you think that maybe you should stop coming to Akiba for a while? At least until Komima ends. No response. I look to the side. Mayuri? Panicked, I scan the area and catch sight of her wandering towards a newly opened shaved ice stand. That ditz? Can't you tell how worried I am? So, you're the devoted type, huh? Kurusu's glaring at me with iced coffee in her hand. We're in the lab, which appears to have become her second home. What's that supposed to mean? I'm sitting at the computer, searching for intel on the IBM 5100. I still don't know where it is. I went to Yanabayashi Shrine this morning, but alas, it wasn't there. Suza promised to get us one somehow. Or a gift from us tonight, or to us from 1975. She did, at one point. Like, what did we change that made her not do that? Without it, we can't hack into CERN's database, meaning we can't achieve divergence over 1%. All of a sudden, you're treating Mayuri like a princess. Today, you went to the station to meet her. You taste tested her lunch, and then you held her hand all the way back to the lab. Yeah, that is weird, dude. Okunin really loves Mayushi. Did you have to tell Kurusu of all people? Mayuri looks so carefree as she stuffs her cheek with takoyaki. I'm pretty sure she's smiling not because of my love, but because of the takoyaki's deliciousness. Typical Mayuri. But seriously, did you have to tell Kurusu of all people? Like, seriously, Kurusu. I'm right there with you, dude. Did you have to tell this girl? So what's the deal? I don't follow. Are you a couple or what? I've been meaning to ask. Do we look like a couple? Huh? Well, what sort of delusions does this girl have? You know, Okuni and Mayushi have been friends since we were little. What? Mayushi's really Hawaii now. Hawaii now? Mayushi's really heavy now? I don't know what that means. Don't talk like that when your mouth is full. So you're not a couple? Well, of course. No one would willingly date Okabe after all. You disappoint me, Christina. Huh? What are you talking about? You finally revealed your true nature. I saw here how your eyes lit up at the first hint of romance. You're nothing but a filthy mainstream girl. I bet you like to eat chocolate with your girlfriends and giggle about the latest celebrity love affair. Absurd. This lab has no need of your puppies and flowers in your head. It feels strange to be spewing this Chunibyo nonsense again after what I've been through. Is my innocence lost forever? What the hell are you on about, you self-proclaimed mad scientist Chunibyo nutcase? Jeez. It's been a long time since I argued with Kurusu like this too. The thought suddenly brings back a pang of loneliness. After failing to save Mayuri, I sought help from this genius girl. Even though her words were at times harsh, she supported and encouraged me to the end. But now, all of that has vanished, along with the time we spent with Suzuha. Thanks for your help, Kurusu. I silently give her my sincere gratitude. It's weird that we still don't have an IBM 5100. And it's even weirder that Mayori's not dead. I finished typing on the X68000's keyboard and sigh. Then turned to the divergence meter sitting on the shelf. The display reads 0.409431. What does that mean? The universe is like this piece of yarn. Countless possible world lines exist side by side, branching out into infinity. When the meter reads over 1%, you've made it to the beta world line. If you escape the alpha attractor field and reach the beta world line, then the result will change. Reach 1% divergence and you'll save Sheena Mayori. Then does that mean I haven't saved her? Yes. Divergence is still less than 1%. Is the world still converging on Mayori's death? It can't be. Yeah, as long as she dies this year, right? This is the year that she dies. So no matter what, I mean, nothing happened yesterday. Mayori's here safe and sound. So nothing will happen to her. It won't. I want to believe that, but the doubt within my heart is growing, thick and black. I can hardly think about anything else now. No matter how hard I stare at it, the number on the meter doesn't change a single digit. I don't know why I add things. So far, my reading Steiner is only activated after we sent past changing D-mails. What about when I time leap? The vertigo I feel when I time leap might be caused by reading Steiner. Or maybe it's just a side effect of the memory transfer. It's impossible to know. In any case, I've prepared for the worst. I've already set the time leap machine's timer to send my memories 3 hours into the past. And with Daru's help, I found the remote for the 42-inch CRT downstairs. Our previous phone wave named Social Change Experiments made a hole in the floor. Instead of fixing the hole, I made it bigger. The 42-inch CRT is right under the hole, so if I point the remote at the hole and press the power button, the TV turns on. Now, should things go wrong, I can time leap at a moment's notice. And I also have the future gadget number 4, Mode Snake, on hand in case of emergency. Okabe. Kudasu enters the development room. Didn't you say you're going to experiment with the time loop machine? Or we weren't going to experiment with the time loop machine. This is just in case. In case what? Don. I don't want to answer that. I keep praying that my fears will not be realized. It's okay. Everything will be okay. They didn't attack yesterday, so they won't attack today. At the very least, we've changed Mayori's fate. But still, I can't help but pray. Please let Mayori be safe. Please don't let anything happen. It will, though. It doesn't make any sense why Mayori's not dead. My prayers go unanswered. Yo. Is that really what's gonna happen right now? So it's a day later? I'd end the episode here. We know where this goes. This is gonna be difficult to play out because we don't have Suzuha to beat everybody up. Damn. Alright, Jesus. I'd end the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, hit the like button, subscribe if you feel necessary, and Steins Gate. We're in this. Let's go.